Mike Pence went to a football game, kind of. So, of course, he was the governor of Indiana before he became vice president. My favorite thing that I quote every once in a while is that in introducing him at the RNC, they said, oh, everybody in Indiana knows Mike. He's got a nickname there. We call him Mike. No, that's not a nickname. That's his actual name. Anyway, so he went, but he found out, oh my God, that people are kneeling during the national anthem. Did you guys know that? He didn't know that. So he went to the Colts game, finds out, and they're playing the 49ers. That's the team that Kaepernick used to be on. Color him surprised to find out that people are disrespecting the anthem. So he gets up and walks out. And then he has these tweets ready immediately afterwards. And he tweets out, I left today's Colts game because the President of the United States and I will not dignify any event that disrespects our soldiers, our flag, or our national anthem. Wow, okay. And he says, now more than ever, we should rally around our flag and everything that unites us. One more. While everyone is entitled to their own opinions, I don't think it's too much to ask NFL players to respect the flag and our national anthem. So he just, these guys who are kneeling, I didn't see that coming. But you know what, I'm not gonna watch the game, even though I had come to watch the football game here because I'm a big football fan. That's why they call me Mike, okay? And he walked right out. And then people start to notice something funny. So here's a tweet that Mike Pence sent of a picture of him at a football game, at a Colts game. Here, let's look to put it up. Now, this is from 2014, cheering our Colts with First Lady of Indiana as they kick off the second half. Go Colts, beat the Jaguars. So that's from 3 years ago. Now show me the tweet from yesterday. Wait a minute, that looks to be the same picture, but just ever so slightly darker. Saying, looking forward to cheering for our Colts and honoring the great career of Peyton Manning. That's another thing they were doing yesterday at Lucas Oil Stadium today. Go Colts, he's ready for it. Hey, at least he was 3 years ago. So here's the pictures side by side. Yep, that's the same shirts on the people behind him. That's the same exact picture. Just try it a little bit hard. You couldn't take a picture. You were there for 30 seconds. You couldn't take a picture. Like maybe even you like huffing and puffing like, like as you're looking at the people kneeling. They can't help themselves. They're pathological liars. They have to lie about everything. So was this a PR stunt? Of course it was. They wasted our taxpayer dollars. I'll get to that in a second. But as people are debating yesterday whether it was a PR stunt and he meant to walk out the whole time, and that's why he bothered going all the way to Indianapolis to walk out of a game and not actually watch it. Well, Donald Trump, in his usual idiotic ways, solved it for us by admitting it was a PR stunt. Now, he's too stupid to realize he admitted it, but this is what he tweeted afterwards. He said, I asked Vice President Pence to leave the stadium if any players kneeled, disrespecting our country. I am proud of him, and Second Lady Karen. You weren't supposed to say that in public. The whole plan was Pence goes there. I'm just going to watch a game, man, and honor Peyton Manning. You see that picture I put in from 3 years ago, right? And then he finds out that they're kneeling. He's outraged, and in that outrage, he walks out. That doesn't work if you tell us afterwards that you put him up to it. It's dangerous to have a man this stupid in the White House. So he blows the whole thing, of course, as usual. Now we go to others. Abby Phillip says, seems to imply, referring to that tweet, the early departure was planned at great taxpayer expense. That's exactly what it implies. But then Peter Alexander from NBC News has an important component to this that actually is breaking news. He says, Flag, was Pence leaving Colts game a political stunt? Reporters were told to stay in the van because, quote, there may be an early departure from the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, this issue is solved. It was definitely a PR stunt. They told the reporters, don't go anywhere, we're gonna be leaving soon. They knew that their players were gonna kneel. They knew that they were gonna leave pretending to be outraged. And they did the whole trip because of that. So then CNN, good job here of tallying the numbers. Their estimate of how much that trip cost American taxpayers, $242,500. So the guys who claim that they care about balanced budgets and fiscal responsibility and draining the swamp just threw $250,000 out to do a political stunt for themselves. It is beyond gross. So according to CNN, the Republican National Committee will reimburse some of the costs of Pence's flight to Los Angeles because Pence is attending a political event there. So this is to cover their ass afterwards when Trump admits that it was a PR stunt, and they're like, God damn it. Now, okay, yeah. We mean, of course, we'll cover not even all the costs, but some of the costs, because he was also going to LA. By the way, what was he going to LA for? Of course, a fundraiser, where he was going to go talk to Republican donors and say, remember, we're getting you trillions of dollars in tax cuts. And then he did the PR stunt on his way to the important work of doing legalized bribery. So Citizens for Ethics crew tweets out, can we just make it through a weekend without this administration abusing taxpayer dollars with jet travel? And obviously that's a reference to all the different controversies related to that. Ryan Zinke is the latest, but Tom Price already resigned, the Health and Human Services Secretary, because of how much he abused taxpayer money in his private travels, and now we have the Vice President doing it for political reasons. But I think Eric Reed put it best afterwards. He's a member of the 49ers who were playing the Colts that day, and here's what he had to say.
My honest reaction, first off, does anybody know the last time he's been to a football game? Okay, with that being said, he tweeted out a 3-year-old photo from him at a Colts game. So with the information that I have, the last time he's been to a Colts game was 3 years ago. So this looks like a PR stunt to me. He knew our team has had the most players protests. He knew that we were probably gonna do it again. And so this is what systemic oppression looks like. A man with power comes to the game, tweets a couple of things out and leaves the game with an attempt to thwart our efforts.
This is what systemic oppression looks like. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now remember, when the NFL owners are basically de facto doing a blockade on Colin Kaepernick and won't let him back in the league, when it is preposterous to claim that he's not one of the top 100 quarterbacks in the country. It is insane to claim that. Okay, that's one thing. They're allowed to do that. It's private enterprise. I completely disagree with their actions. I protest their actions, but that is not a First Amendment issue because the NFL, as big as it is not the US government. But now when you have the US government in the form of the vice president coming to games to intimidate people that are exercising their First Amendment rights, well, now we've got a government issue, we've got a First Amendment issue. So it's not just that they wasted our money. It's not just that it was a cheap, stupid political stunt. But now we're having some significant First Amendment issues as the government tries to intimidate the freedom of speech. That's a core constitutional problem. And Mike Pence and Donald Trump revel in it. If you like the Young Turks, you'll love Young Turks membership. TYTnetwork.com/join.